mainly clear, but still very cold with a low of 5 degrees. Wind chill will be between -5 to -15 below zero. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Sean Brinda. A Milwaukee firefighter is charged with a felony. Milwaukee police arrested Ty Dwight Jackson last Friday. According to the criminal complaint, he and his brother beat up a man who went into their house uninvited. The complaint states Dwight Jackson beat the man with a baseball bat and stomped on his head multiple times. The Milwaukee Fire Department is conducting its own internal investigation. Dwight Jackson is charged with first-degree reckless injury and party to a crime. If convicted, Dwight Jackson could face up to 25 years in prison. A scam warning from Educators Credit Union. Scammers are disguising themselves as Educators Credit Union's fraud department and calling or texting customers for their personal information. Credit union officials remind customers they will never request your login information, one-time numerical codes, card number, or PIN for any reason. Educator Credit Union is a financial partner of WTMJ and Good Karma Brands. Making their first appearance in court in Wisconsin's fake electors scheme. Trump's Wisconsin attorney Jim Trupis, campaign advisory attorney Kenneth Chesbrough, and Election Day operations director Mike Roman each face 11 felony forgery charges. In 2020, all three create a document that falsely said that then President Trump won Wisconsin's 10 electoral college votes. They attempted to deliver it to then Vice President Mike Pence for congressional certification. Jim Trupis.
4 years ago, this very day, Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Hall was told about our plan, and he approved it.
They are all due back in court on January 28th. There's a team right now working to breed better Christmas trees.
It's kind of like 23andMe for Christmas trees.
We're trying to really understand where their trees coming from and how we can get better genetics out to them more quickly.
Dr. Justin Whitehill heads up the Christmas tree genetics program at NC State. He tells Wisconsin's Midday News they're working to create Christmas trees that don't drop their needles, are resilient to pests, and smell even better.
We're trying to sort of understand what blends or combinations of those chemicals provide the experience that consumers interact with when they purchase a real tree.
Jessica Tai, WTMJ News.
Are you blowing your nose the right way? It sounds like a silly question, but Chief Medical Director for Milwaukee County, Dr. Ben Weston, tells WTMJ this is the right way to do it.
Ideally, you want to gently blow one nostril at a time, so this kind of reduces the pressure instead of doing both nostrils and minimizes the risk of pushing everything, that mucus, back into your sinuses.
Dr. Weston says blowing your nose too hard creates backward pressure, which allows for mucus to push further into your sinuses, causing more congestion. Sports, traffic, and weather next. Sign Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 6:03.
Are you dreaming of updating the outside of your home? Add a project with J&J Contractors to your Christmas list this year. Family owned and operated since 1983, J&J Contractors specializes in roofing, windows, siding, and doors. Don't wait to start thinking about your exterior. Let them do the work on the outside now so you can enjoy it once spring is here. Schedule your free consultation today. Just Google J&J Contractors or call 414-423-9200. J&J Contractors. Welcome home.
Easttown Jewelers in Mequon is closing its doors after 40 years. Savings up to 70% on everything. Easttown Jewelers has a great selection of diamond rings and earrings, pendants, gold and silver jewelry, colored gemstone rings, and Mary's custom designs, and much more. Looking to get the perfect gift for someone special this holiday season? You've got to check them out. Store hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Doors will be closed forever. So don't delay. That's Easttown Jewelers in Mequon.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. The Milwaukee Bucks will be playing in the NBA in-season tournament semifinals Saturday afternoon at Pfizer Forum against the Atlanta Hawks. Tip-off is at 3:30 p.m. And the Green Bay Packers take on the Seattle Seahawks this Sunday in an attempt to secure their spot for the NFL playoff season. And Marquette men's basketball takes on Dayton University Saturday in Ohio. Tip-off is at 6 p.m. All right, take a look at your roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time-saver traffic. We have one incident out on the road at this time at I-43 South at I-794 East. The center lane is blocked due to a disabled vehicle, so be sure to avoid that. Other than that, traffic is starting to clear up a little bit, but be aware on the roads at this time. All right, and time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight will become mainly clear, but still very cold with a low of 5 degrees and the wind chill between -5 to -15 below zero. Friday will be mostly to partly sunny with a high of 30 degrees. Saturday will get mostly cloudy and mild rain moves in late in the afternoon with a high of 41 degrees. Sunday will be mostly cloudy and mild with a high of 45 degrees. And Monday, we'll get some rain early in the day, but it will become partly cloudy and still mild with a high of 50 degrees. Right now, in Madison, it's 6 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 5 degrees. In Waukesha, it's 5 degrees. And in Milwaukee, it's 11 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda, Science Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 6:07.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Max.
Hello! How are you? Thanks so much for listening. I'm excited about this show because we have some good vibrations in the studio. Local music in the spotlight this hour. Love and Kind in the studio. Find out what this band has planned for their concert tomorrow night at Shank Hall. And I think they might even give us some music in the studio. Also, Violent Femmes on PBS with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra. A preview of what to expect on this very special show that premieres tomorrow night around the country. And some things that I learned during last week's preview screening at the Oriental Theater. Christmas songs by the King of Rock and Roll. If that is your style, you'll find out where to see that on stage tomorrow night. And I'll get you in the mood with the song you need to hear tonight. And we have some arts news this week. Arts organization Imagine MKE, they announced new leadership. And you'll meet the new executive director, learn about her qualifications and the mission to make our area a stronger cultural community. You'll also get to know the president of the Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, MIAD, a little bit better. Plus, we're about 9 months away from one of the movies I am most excited about in 2025. The third Downton Abbey film will be released in September, and you may not be as excited about this as I am, but I might get you a little psyched. Share where you can see 2 Downton Abbey cast members this month and my special guest at 7:40, Highclere Castle Gin co-founder and CEO Adam von Gutken with an invitation for all of us for a cocktail party next week being hosted at the Downton Abbey filming location, Highclere Castle. So, so much to get excited about. But first, I got to say thank you to everyone who came to WTMJ Trivia Showdown last night, presented by Quizmaster Trivia. What a fun, heartwarming evening. And it got me to a new microbrewery that I hadn't been to before. Thanks to everybody for donating toys for Capco's Kids to Kids toy drive. It really does make a difference, and there's still time to get those gifts to kids and families in need. Thanks to everybody who used the QR code and made a donation. It was really nice to meet WTMJ fans, and I kept playing trivia, the past couple of weeks to get you excited and build your confidence. And it is really fun to see what different slices and categories of knowledge people really have an expertise in. And our teammate Jackie Johnson, she is a masterful quiz master. So it really was a fun event and a really good community vibe last night. And if you still want to support Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive. You know how easy it is. You can go to WTMJ.com. Actually, if you do that and you scroll down and you click on my photo and donate for Team What's on Tap in our friendly host competition. But that's not what's important. As long as you donate, we can also send you the link if you text the word Capco, K-A-P-C-O, to 855-616-1620. You can easily make a donation that way. And I will tell you, like I was just saying, you can learn new things. I learned a new musical term last night. And you know how much I love music, but I did not know the term sackbut. And the question was, there's a medieval Baroque instrument called sackbut, and what has it become now in the 21st century? And Charlie, the bartender at North Pillar Brewing, I thought he made a really good guess because it's got the word sack in it, bagpipe. It's not bagpipe, it's trombone. I had no idea, but now we all learned it, and it was fun to just say sackbut, and now you have learned it as well. And I would say add North Pillar Brewing to your microbrewery checklist. It's right in historic downtown Waukesha on North Street. They've got a variety of creative and tasty beers from stout to IPAs, and the cool thing is also it's an architectural landmark because it was a brewery back in 1862. So North Pillar Brewing, nice to support a local business and hang out there. So thanks again to everybody who came out. Our next Capco Kids to Kids Trivia Showdown, presented by Quizmaster Trivia, is next Wednesday at Broken Bat Brewery. Starts at 7 and will be hosted by WTMJ's Kristen Bry, Brian Noonan, and Steve Scafidi. So go to WTMJ to get all of the details. And, oh my, here come the good vibrations. Local band Love and Kind join me in the WTMJ studio to share stories before their Shank Hall show tomorrow night. Next on What's on Tap.
Wisconsin winters are unpredictable.
This is history. Never had a tornado touchdown in February.
We keep you updated on blizzards.
Winter storm warning has been issued for all of southeast Wisconsin, and it's going to get really, really dicey.
Blackouts.
Tens of thousands of customers across southeast Wisconsin are without power this morning.
Icy roads.
Very, very slick conditions pretty much everywhere.
And more. With WTMJ Fleet Farm Storm Team alerts on air and at WTMJ.com.
When you work at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, you'll be helping us help others. There are many that need our help, and we need your help to carry out our mission. St. Vincent de Paul is always looking for part-time team members. You'll get competitive pay, benefits, and flexibility in scheduling. So apply online at svdpmilw.org or stop by Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, or 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Hey, WTMJ's Sandy
Advent will
Max
get you breathing
here.
freely again with simple in-office solutions like turbinate reduction along with balloon sinuplasty that really can change your life.
Whether you get pulled over or get into a crash, drinking and driving will change your whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Max on WTMJ.
Yeah, that's a good song. I am Sandy Max. Thank you so much for joining me here in the studio, and it is my pleasure to welcome local band Love and Kind. And we have almost half of the band. And introduce yourselves, everyone.
I am Bruce Nemovitz, and I play lead guitar, some singing. And next to me is...
I'm Jim Gooten. I play rhythm guitar and vocals.
And I'm Shar Gooten. I'm just really the eye candy in the band. Can't you tell? Little percussion and some singing.
So how long has Love and Kind been playing in our Milwaukee music scene?
So that's a good question. And the good answer is we had the original band start in the 1960s, if you can believe that. Yeah.
Who goes all the way that far back? Because there are 7 members in the band now?
That would be me.
Yeah.
And it was at John Marshall High School, long time ago. And then we recreated ourselves. This is the upgraded band. We started about 20 years ago and absolutely love what we're doing. Play classic rock, all the good stuff.
That's why they call it classic.
Yeah, right.
And am I taking you away from rehearsal because you have a show at Shank Hall tomorrow night?
We do. We're playing at 7:30 at Shank Hall. And we already rehearsed, and we just had a little rehearsal out in the hallway here for the song we're going to play for you.
How fun.
Yeah.
And this is a big deal. Thank you for coming out. You know, everybody's been joking around about how cold it is, but cold affects instruments, whether it's your voice, Shar, or whether it's the 2 guitars that you brought in. So thank you. I hate to put your instruments at risk before a show tomorrow night.
Well, don't worry, they're insured.
Oh, very good. And what should people expect at Shank Hall tomorrow night?
Here's what you'd expect.
When you're on stage.
When we're on stage, I'm telling you, the people that watch us, that love us, and we have a good following, they feel the music because it reminds them of maybe when they were in a car with somebody at a younger stage in their life. But it brings back memories. They know the words, and everybody gets out and dances. It's all Rolling Stones, Santana, Beatles, all the good stuff.
Yeah, that is wonderful. And Jim, I take it that you have to be good at playing music, because I think sometimes you think sing-along songs and kind of cover bands, maybe it's kind of loose, but I think you all take great pride in making sure these are note-for-note really good songs.
We try.
Because how do you practice? Obviously, how do you practice, but how do you teach yourself the songs and get them to that perfect stage? Because a lot of us are classic rock fans, so we have a certain sound in our head that we want to hear replicated.
I think we play them good enough so that people sing along. and prior to the internet, I can't believe how I butchered the lyrics of songs.
Oh, my goodness.
I had no idea.
But obviously everybody else thought they were different, too.
I mumble.
That's been a secret to a lot of them. So, I was going to say, like, how do you balance music with work? Because we wanted to mention, like, you might recognize Bruce's voice, Bruce Nemovitz from Bruce's team, Senior Real Estate. So real estate is an engrossing job. It's not just a 9 to 5. So how do you find time to also be a musician?
Well, first of all, I don't want to be at the end of my life in a gravestone saying, boy, he was a great realtor. You have to have hobbies. You have to have passion. You have to have something else to do. And it just so happens that Jim and I and Shar go back a long, long way, and we absolutely clicked together, our voices, our music, and it just came so naturally.
That's lovely. Jim, how about you?
It's the harmonies, the vocal harmonies. Going back with Bruce, we used to, when we were 14 years old, we would sing in the garage because it had really good acoustics. And
less awkward than singing in the bathroom together.
Good point. Good, indeed. But it depends on where you are. But and then Shar and I have been singing together, and the three of us harmonize really well. So why not keep a good thing going?
Absolutely. Now, Jim and Shar, I noticed you have the same last name. Shar, why do you have the same last name?
Tax purposes.
I have been married to this man for 40 years.
Oh, wow.
We're pretty proud of it.
That's an accomplishment. I was just going to joke, like creative differences and having a band in the 60s and then reuniting, like having a band together. That's an accomplishment.
It is, especially, I don't know if you've seen Saturday Night Live with more cowbell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've had those incidents in our band. We have.
Really? What's one of the most flavorful creative differences stories that you can tell?
Well, we've had band members pass out in the middle of a song due to reasons.
Landed on a couch, though. It was amazing. It was amazing.
We have many, many stories that I cannot tell.
Well, sure, that's rock and roll. I'm glad.
I'd just like to say it's kind of like herding cats, because I'm in a band with 6 men. So it's like herding cats.
Well, we are going to be interested to hear a sample of Love and Kind. They brought a very upbeat sing-along song to share with us. And I also have some questions about ways you've seen the music scene change in our area since you've been in the music scene since the 60s and really active in the past almost 20 years. So more with Love and Kind, fabulous local band here on What's on Tap, next on WTMJ.
Here come the holidays. Let me help get you ready. It's Experience Wisconsin. Every Saturday at 1 o'clock, we spin you around the state and introduce you to cool places and businesses. This week, I'm super jazzed. O&H Danish Bakery, and the Eleanor Room.
Yep, it was named after Eleanor Roosevelt, who came to Greendale in 1937 and toured it. And so we wanted to kind of pay homage to her.
What special spaces? Check out Experience Wisconsin Saturdays at 1 right here on 620 WTMJ.
Do you know or work with kids who have special healthcare needs? Help them live their best lives. Contact Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network. Our specialists will connect you with services in your area. Wisconsin Wayfinder is free and confidential. Call 877-947-2929 or visit dhs.wi.gov/WISCWAY. Connect today. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey, riding with you every mile since 1977.
The surgeons that I know are good people. They just want to do what they can to help you feel better. And the surgeries they perform can do wonders for their patients. But medicine's a business, and surgery is the big ticket item. And there are surgeries that are absolutely necessary. In almost all cases, a total knee replacement isn't one of them. It's a last resort. So before you opt for a total knee replacement, if you haven't been to Rejuvenex, you may find that we have treatments that can give you the relief you're looking for. They're FDA approved, and they can alleviate pain, in many cases significantly. And insurance could cover a big portion of, if not all of our treatment costs. The osteoarthritic pain you're feeling will only worsen, and that's why you should take action now. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics, where we can alleviate your pain and rejuvenate your life. Go to Rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
In a recent study, over 1/3 of millionaires predicted their ability to feel financially secure in retirement is going to take a miracle. At Annex Wealth Management, we believe a plan, not a miracle, will help increase your retirement confidence. Our team of experts gets to work using leading-edge technology to build comprehensive plans covering investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. And Annex doesn't have products to push with hidden fees or commissions. There's too much of that already. Annex is a fee-only fiduciary. More planning, fewer miracles. Know the difference. AnnexWealth.com.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max.
If you love classic rock, tomorrow Shank Hall's the place you want to be. Love and Kind, a band of friends who've known each other since the 60s, but have still been separated, came back together, been performing almost 20 years. Love and Kind is going to bring the good vibes to the stage at Shank Hall, and I have 3 of the band members, Bruce, Jim, and Shar, in the studio with me. How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Are you super psyched for tomorrow's show?
It should be a lot of fun. It's been 20 years in the making. This will finish off 20 years, and we're going to still continue on. But
I was going to ask you what the future plans are, but certainly not to slow down.
No.
Can you give us a sample of what it's like to be at a Love and Kind show? You want to play a little song that you expect to have on stage tomorrow night?
Love to. Just one thing. We play electric, and we brought acoustics, so it's like the Flying Wallenda Brothers without one of the Wallenda Brothers showing. Doesn't quite move.
It's just a sample.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go, Love and Kind.
As you brush your shoes, stand before the mirror. As you comb your hair, grab your coat and laugh now. And walk with street, trying to remember all the white night breezes in your memories ever. And everything is so complete your feet and send you flying, crying. Ooh-wee. Wild night, yeah, it's calling. Ooh-wee. Wild night is calling. Say, all the girls walk by, dressed up for each other, and the boys to the boogie woogie on the corner of the street. All the people passing by just stand wide-eyed wondering, and the inside jukebox rolling, yeah, just like thunder, baby. And everything is so complete when you're out on the street, and the wind catches your feet, send you flying, crying. Ooh-wee. Wild night is calling, just like that. Ooh-wee. Wild night is calling. Whoa, the wild night is calling. Oh, the wild night is calling. Yeah, come on down. Whoa, come on, make romance. Yeah, come on and dance, honey. Whoa, make romance. That's it.
I was
There
waiting
you
for the
go.
why, but I was not going to mess up your harmonies. But that really is the sing-along song vibe. Oh, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a wild night.
It's gonna be a
at
good
Shank
time.
Hall
It's
tomorrow.
gonna be a dance
Yeah.
a long time. Too.
A dance along time.
And it's Friday the 13th. Like Peter just said, what could go wrong?
That's right.
I'm thinking, I'm billing it as the fright before Christmas.
Oh, my goodness.
It should be fun.
Please.
20 years. Come on down, folks.
How fun. And well, so you talk about Shank Hall and you joke about Peter Jest, who has now written a book about his life in the music scene. What is it? We had fun and nobody died is the title of that. So like you just referenced it. So he's been a part of the Milwaukee music scene for decades now, as have you. How have you seen the music scene change in our area?
I would have to say, in the time we've played, it really has not changed much, at least for the people that follow us. They love the music. Kids love the music. Everybody knows the words, as I said, and we keep getting bigger crowds, and we love what we're doing.
That's fun. Shar, what's one of your favorite songs to sing on stage with Love and Kind?
Ooh, that's a tough one because we're not doing it Friday night. It's a Los Lonely Boys song called My Way.
Oh, wow. And then, Shar, just for a millisecond, because I want to hear what other because creators create, and musicians tend to not just enjoy one style of music. What other music do you create, Shar?
Oh, interesting.
Well, I'm also in a duo with my husband here, and we often have guests come in, and we do a little bit different style, like some folk, some Americana, some country, little softer rock. We have a really, really nice following of people, and I'm also in a 30-woman performing group called Ukulades.
Ukulades?
Yeah.
Ooh, I see an ukulele's invitation in the future in 2025. Let's pack in some ladies playing ukulele in here.
Sing.
And Jim, are you in any other bands, or is Love and Kind the main musical outlet?
Love and Kind, and also Living Room with Shar.
I would say
and
that the name of your
assorted other people to come in and out and have a lot of fun with music. Yeah, and I'm always looking for something else.
If we see the word living room, so that's you and Shar.
Living room.
And Bruce, do you have time in your life for more music than Love and Kind?
Well, that's a good question. I'd have to get permission from my wife, but
who you work with at Bruce's team, senior real estate specialist.
You know
so
who
there's...
she is, and that is quite demanding. But we love that also. So I just want to tell you a little bit about Shank Hall also. the history, if you've never been there, you have to see this. There's pictures of icons, such Buddy Guy played there, all these great
along the walls, yeah.
All along the walls, and the sound and the ambiance is just an experience you have to see. It goes back to Capitol Records. It was a distribution center for Capitol Records. After that, it was the barn. Then it was Teddy's. In the last 35 years, Peter Just, who I can't say enough about him, how he's kept this venue open for musicians all over the Milwaukee area.
It's an East Side essential. And tomorrow night, the place to be to see Love and Kind on stage. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Break a string tomorrow. I always hate saying that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, we know.
And now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Sean Brinda.
Thanks, Sandy. Attorneys in Wisconsin face elector scheme made their first appearance in court. Trump's Wisconsin attorney Jim Trupis, campaign advisory attorney Kenneth Chesbrough, and Election Day operations director Mike Roman each face 11 felony forgery charges. All three are alleged to have created a document in 2020 that falsely said that then President Trump won Wisconsin's 10 electoral college votes and attempted to deliver it to then Vice President Mike Pence for congressional certification. A preliminary hearing is set for all three on January 28th. They will enter their pleas at their arraignment, which has not yet been scheduled. Heads up before you grab that granola bar. Made Good granola bars are being recalled because they may contain a piece of metal. The company describes it as a small, flat brush bristle. There have been several complaints so far. No injuries have been reported. The granola bars were sold at Walmart, Target, Amazon, and online. You can return the bars for a full refund. See photos of the recalled bars on our website, WTMJ.com. And a scam warning for Educators Credit Union. Scammers are disguising themselves as Educators Credit Union's fraud department and calling or texting customers for their personal information. Credit union officials remind customers that they will never request your login information, one-time numerical codes, card number, or PIN information for any reason. Educators Credit Union is a financial partner of WTMJ and Good Karma Brands. All right, take a look at your roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. We have one major incident on the road at I-43 South at I-794 East. The left lane is closed due to a disabled vehicle. Other than that, traffic is clearing up as we speak. And time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, it will become mainly clear, but still very cold with a low of 5 degrees. Wind chill between -5 to -15 below zero, so still wear a coat. Friday will be mostly partly sunny with a high of 30 degrees. Saturday will be mostly cloudy with mild rain moving in late in the evening with a high of 41 degrees. Sunday will be mostly cloudy and mild with a high of 45 degrees. And Monday will get rain early in the day, but will become partly cloudy and still mild with a high of 50 degrees. Right now in Waukesha, it's 5 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 5 degrees. In Milwaukee, it's 11 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda, Sign Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 6:33.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With colder weather in the forecast and no festivals to attend, our showroom is a year-round festival the whole family will enjoy. Read our reviews. Our store has it all, including the finest lighting and ceiling fans available, such as Visual Comfort, Hubbardton, Tech, and hundreds more at unbeatable prices. I guarantee it. If it's repairs or lampshades you need, we have all that too. There's also unique sports and historical items, neon lights, slot machines, and much more for sale. You'll find fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Saturday and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue near Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
A cancer diagnosis shouldn't mean we can't make plans. It shouldn't mean living without joy or optimism. Cancer shouldn't be calling the shots. At the Frederick and the Medical College of Wisconsin Cancer Network, we're pushing to put cancer in its place by pulling together teams of leading specialists and researchers who work tirelessly for breakthroughs, who are developing innovative ways to treat every cancer, to treat your cancer. and by providing the largest cancer clinical trials treatment program in Wisconsin. So there are more treatment options and more reasons to be hopeful. So let's keep innovating. Let's keep discovering. Let's push to make every cancer diagnosis a story of survivorship and bring back the lightness of life that cancer takes away. To learn more about breakthrough cancer care, visit froedtert.com/cancer.
Hi, this is Julie Coombs and Cindy Stormfisher with Stormfisher Investment Group. Are you a retiring professional worried about the direction of our economy, about making your money last? Come see what we can do for you. Let us show you how we take care of you to help you have a great retirement. We are at 262-796-8400 or stormfisher.com. See you soon.
Securities offered through Osaic Wealth Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Osaic Advisory Services LLC. Osaic Advisory. Osaic Wealth and Osaic Advisory are separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, and services referenced here are independent of Osaic Wealth and Osaic Advisory.
Blue sweater, red sweater, reindeer sweater, extra double thick sweater.
What are you doing?
Getting my closet ready for winter. It'll be here before you know it.
Good point. We should all be getting our vehicles ready for winter too. And now's the time to visit any of the 115 Adam member new car dealers to get your oil changed, have your brakes and wipers checked, and make sure your tires will get you through a long Wisconsin winter. Just visit adamm.com to find the nearest Adam member dealer.
What's on Tap with Sandy Max is back on WTMJ.
There you go. Milwaukee icons. Started in the 80s. Violent Femmes. You can call them folk punk. However you categorize them, they're a little uncategorizable. And they're very unique, and they are special to Milwaukee. And they celebrated their 40th anniversary last year. The music and the magic, and they did it in a big way with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra, a concert in the beautiful Warner Symphony, the Bradley Center. Let's try this again. The Bradley Symphony Center, which was also the old Warner building. That's why it says Warner on the marquee outside. I was like, I got so excited because this really is special. And I bring it up because tomorrow night on PBS at 8 o'clock is when, and I said PBS, not just Milwaukee PBS, all of PBS around the country is going to be able to see this concert special that was recorded at the Bradley Symphony Center last October with Violent Femmes band members now and the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra. So think about this. All of your favorite Violent Femmes songs, because you hear how bare bones Blister in the Sun is, but fleshed out with the Symphony Orchestra. And you get to see the conductor who is super excited to be on stage and is conducting. Like it's so fun to see the energy that's around the entire show. And I got to go to the screening last week. It was a special free preview in front of a full house of music fans at Oriental Theater. And in the lobby, they had a cutout of the different band members that you could take video and boomerangs with. And just a great group of people. And the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra was there. And really nice that Visit Milwaukee's Josh Albrecht was there. He's a part of Visit Milwaukee. And I like that Visit Milwaukee sees the value in partnering with PBS to have this show around the country and let the world see how cool Milwaukee is and that we have such a vibrant music scene, whether it's local bands like Love and Kind you just heard in the studio or really established artists like Violent Femmes who have worldwide renown and the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra, because not every city has a symphony orchestra. We are so very lucky. And Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra Executive Director Mark Niehaus, he was at the screening last week as well. He's a very cool cat, plays a mean French horn, I think. He made the screening even more special by calling out one of the MSO musicians who was in the screening audience at the Oriental Theater, and you'll be able to see him too, the timpanist, Dean, and I think he pronounces his name Borgasani. But the timpani are those huge, huge drums that look like almost like big bowls, and they make that boom, that big sound. Well, he joked, hey, I think Dean is here tonight, and anytime you see him on the show, just shout, Dean! So it wound up kind of being like Rocky Horror. Several of us did. Every time we saw Dean the timpanist, we did shout Dean. So you can do that tomorrow when you watch it on PBS. Shout Dean, or maybe make a little sipping game out of it. But Dean was at the Oriental Theater, and we did a Q&A afterwards with the Milwaukee PBS General Manager, Debbie Hamlet, who started this whole project and then worked with the MSO and with PBS to hire the director and the producer and really make it all happen in a short amount of time, which was quite an accomplishment. But Dean was very forthcoming and very sweet and gave us insights. I asked Dean, like, how do you rehearse to play with this 4-piece combo of Violent Femmes in front of you? And he said that they got the sheet music about a week before, and the only real in-person rehearsal they had was that day for a few hours. So you think of the spectacular proficiency of our Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra musicians to learn a whole new music that way. And Brian Ritchie of Violent Femmes had worked with, I think, the New Zealand Orchestra on the arrangements. So the arrangements had already been done, but the MSO, still had to rehearse and bring this full sound. Very, very cool. And interesting to hear, Gordon Gano's impeccable, unmistakable voice singing with this full orchestra. And in interviewing, there were different interview clips, and he said to hear the orchestra bring such color to these songs really was meaningful to him as an artist. And the other thing that Dean Borghese, the timpanist, had said that I asked him what was his favorite part of watching the TV special, which is just about an hour long of the performance last year. And he said he got emotional during the last song. Can you guess what the last song on the special is? I will. He said, yeah. This is how they end the show, which, yeah, it is poignant. Like, stay with me a little longer after this rousing performance where the audience is singing and clapping along, and it's really a fun show. But the timpanist, Dean, said he got emotional watching the show because he kind of had a spiritual feeling while watching it and being surrounded by good people digging good music. So I really highly recommend tuning in. It is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And heck, tell your friends around the country who watch PBS that it is going to be on at 8 o'clock tomorrow. And it is called Violent Femmes 40th Anniversary with the Milwaukee Symphony. And it is about an hour long. And I think they're also going to do an encore performance right after the 8 o'clock performance. One of my friends in the local music scene is actually having a viewing party at his house, which I think is a great idea, inviting other local musicians over. So a real pride point for PBS, Milwaukee PBS, for the Violent Femmes themselves, and the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra. PBS, Friday night, 8 o'clock, the premiere of Violent Femmes 40th Anniversary with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra. 'Tis the season. There have been a lot of holiday, events to go see. There are some events to make the most of your weekend, from multicultural to merry. I'll give you some suggestions next on What's on Tap.
Hey, Christmas is all about family. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Create wonderful memories and take your family to the magnificent Christmas Day buffet at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club, voted the best supper club in the area. It's your favorite foods, including a prime rib carving station, all the sides, a huge dessert table, and it's all you care to eat. Kids and grandkids under 3 always eat for free. The Fox and Hounds is decorated with thousands of holiday lights and Christmas characters. It is magical. A true must-see. You'll feel the warmth of those 7 wood-burning fireplaces right away. Celebrate New Year's at the Fox and Hounds. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free, even on New Year's Eve. The Fox and Hounds, just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of the famous Holy Hill Shrine. The drive is beautiful. So don't cook and clean on Christmas Day. Enjoy your family and the incredible buffet at the famous Fox and Hounds. Reserve today. Tables fill quickly. foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Sick of campaign ads? I bet. But Racine County needs you at the polls on December 19th to vote for Ralph Malicki for county executive. Ralph stands for fiscal responsibility, collaboration, and economic development. Exactly the leadership Racine County needs to build for tomorrow. The South Shore Realtors Association supports Ralph Malicki. So should you. On December 19th, it's time to be picky. Vote for Ralph Malicki. Paid for by the Wisconsin Realtors Political Fund. Not authorized by any candidate, candidate's agent, or committee.
It's WTMJ's Brandon Stein for Wisconsin Harley-Davidson. The holiday season is here, and Wisconsin Harley-Davidson has you covered. Now through December 28th, when you purchase any new Harley-Davidson motorcycle, you'll receive a shopping spree. See sales associate for details, only valid on new bike purchases. December is full of shopping treats. Follow Wisconsin Harley-Davidson's Facebook page and Instagram for more details, and be sure to check out WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Christmas sale, and we're spreading holiday cheer with unbeatable deals on festive favorites and unique gifts for all the originals on your list. Like assorted Christmas candy and gift sets, 25% off. For the home chef, Continental Pro Series pizza ovens, $34.99. For those who want comfort and style, all men's work and sport apparel, 30% off. Plus, now through Saturday, Blaine's Rewards members get a free $10 Farm and Fleet gift card for every $100 purchase. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Every day, Wisconsin's 600,000 family caregivers help their loved ones to continue living safely in their own homes. It's not easy. Each year, they spend an average of $7,000 out of their own pockets to provide this care. Wisconsin needs family caregivers, and they need more support. Tell your state lawmakers, Wisconsin family caregivers need a caregiver tax credit in 2025. Learn more at aarp.org/WI. That's aarp.org/WI. Paid for by AARP Wisconsin.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Getting closer to the weekend, and it's going to be a little bit warmer. High of 40 on Saturday, so I know we're all kind of hunkering in, and it's like, oh, I don't want to think about going out. Yeah, you do. There are a lot of fun things going on, and we've been talking a lot about holiday events, and I'm delighted to find two really interesting multicultural events in our city this weekend, and starting with, because I've got some Polish blood and swirl in my DNA, thanks to my dad's side of the family, Wigilia. A Polish Christmas celebration is happening Saturday at the Polish Center of Wisconsin. And this is going to be a really unique event in that you're going to really experience Polish food and Polish traditions. A lovely dinner is going to be served. It starts at 4:30. Chef Joe and Chef Grant, and they're going to be, now I don't know if I'm saying this correctly. It's Opłatki, Oplatki is how you spell it, but Polish can be a tricky pronunciation. But these are the traditional Catholic Christmas food. They're wafers, and they have little embossed images on them, and they symbolize love, forgiveness, and reconciliation. So you can share traditional Catholic Christmas wafers. You can also sing kolendy, which are Polish Christmas carols. So I think, I like that. There's holiday cheer, and the supper is going to be traditional meatless dishes: mushroom soup, herring, Polish bread, baked fish, pierogi, Polish vegetable salad, fruit compote, and of course some assorted sweets and pastries. So Wigilia, a Polish Christmas celebration, that is Saturday in Franklin at the Polish Center of Wisconsin, one of the multicultural events happening in our city this weekend. And also, we have a large Hmong population here in Milwaukee, and this weekend, Milwaukee Hmong New Year is being celebrated. Every year around the second weekend in December, the Hmong community and the Hmong Consortium host a New Year celebration, and it's a thousands of year old tradition, and draws like 20,000 people, and that is in West Allis at the Wisconsin State Fair Exposition Center if you want to learn more about Hmong culture. And everybody going to be in a good mood. You're celebrating the new year. That is this Saturday and Sunday at Wisconsin State Fair Exposition Center in West Allis. And I know you've been hearing about this. This is where you get festive. One of the coolest things I have ever seen in public art is the world's largest glass tree, and it's in Williams Bay at the Yerkes Observatory. And you've probably heard us covering it here on TMJ, where it's made out of recycled glass. You can see a photo of it on the WTMJ YouTube live stream right now. If you text WATCH, WATCH, to 855-616-1620, we'll text you the link so you can always see the YouTube live stream. But it is massive, and it's bigger this year than it ever has been. It's almost 40 feet tall, and it's green because it's made out of recycled glass, and it's a structure of steel underneath. And I tell you about this because, you're like, yes, Andy, we've heard about it. Well, this is the last weekend, and on Sunday is the special ceremony. At 4 p.m. on Sunday is when the final piece gets put on. It's the star topping celebration, and that is at 4 o'clock on Sunday. But there's so much to enjoy around the world's largest glass tree. There's shopping, there are crafts, there are all sorts of fun things to do. And one of the cool things about the tickets is that $1 goes to Yerkes Observatory for more arts and science education. So there are a lot of interesting and fun things to do. And I'll toss one more at you. In time for holiday shopping, the Milwaukee Makers Market is back again at Discovery World, and that is Sunday. So you can get unique gift ideas. And speaking of the holidays, well, there's going to be a very fun Christmas show tomorrow night at the Riverside Theater, channeling the king of rock and roll. And that is influencing my choice of the song you need to hear next on What's on Tap.
The season of giving continues. Join WTMJ's Steve Scafidi and our WTMJ Street Team on Thursday, December 19th from noon to 2 p.m. at Century Foods in Delafield.
To participate in Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive, bring a new unwrapped gift to donate. Monetary donations are also accepted.
So stop by and say hello to Steve Scafidi and the WTMJ Street Team at the Century Foods in Delafield on Thursday, December 19th.
It's the Capco Kids to Kids Toy Drive here on WTMJ.
I'm Sandy Max of WTMJ, and as we gather for the holidays with Love Times, we're celebrating, but it's also an opportunity to connect and observe how our loved ones are doing, both physically and mentally. And if you're noticing changes in your loved one, my friends at Three Pillars Senior Living Communities in Dousman, they have a lot of resources and free educational programs to support families and individuals who may be ready to transition to the caring, top-rated environment Three Pillars offers. If you're interested in these resources to help that discussion along, there's a number you can call, 800-848-5306, or even easier, go online to their website, threepillars.org.
Easttown Jewelers in Mequon is closing its doors after 40 years. Savings up to 70% on everything. Easttown Jewelers has a great selection of diamond rings and earrings, pendants, gold and silver jewelry, colored gemstone rings, and Mary's custom designs, and much more. Looking to get the perfect gift for someone special this holiday season? You've got to check them out. Store hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Doors will be closed forever. So don't delay. That's Easttown Jewelers in Mequon.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey, riding with you every mile since 1977.
If you are looking for an epic global experience, let Fox World Travel's vacation experts handcraft your next journey to Europe. In partnership with Globus, Insight Vacations, and Avalon Waterways, we've created outstanding itineraries with exclusive experiences to Ireland, Poland, Germany, France, Italy, Switzerland, and more. Or we can fully customize a journey based on your interests. Visit foxworldtravel.com to book online or call 866-GO-FOX-GO. Join us and make memories to last a lifetime.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Patrick and Monica initially chose a bank to get pre-approved and provide financing for the purchase of their first home. But they were getting a bad feeling when a week after their offer was accepted, the bank still hadn't locked in their rate, nor had the appraisal been ordered. Monica shared her concerns with a friend who happened to be a multi-time AccuNet client. That led to Monica connecting with one of our senior loan consultants the same day, and after gathering some information and reviewing options, we locked in their rate right then and there with loan costs $3,600 lower than what the bank had quoted. The appraisal was ordered right away too, and the loan closed on time just 3 weeks later. We also noticed an oversight in the contract that led to a $3,000 credit from the seller. You can get a generic pre-approval and average or worse service from a bank, or you can get the kind of fast service, advice, attention to detail, and savings that made Monica and Patrick AccuNet's latest raving fans. All you got to do to get started is click on the blue button at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Max on WTMJ. And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes are going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
I am a big Elvis fan. I mean, I'm a big music fan, period. But this is going to be a fun show. We talked about this a couple months ago, and I circled it on my calendar. Dean Z, the Ultimate Elvis Christmas, is tomorrow night. Dean Z, known as one of the world's greatest Elvis tribute artists, and looks tight, bringing his high-energy show, the great costumes, to the Riverside tomorrow night for the ultimate Elvis Christmas. Got an 11-piece band, an immersive video show. I think it's going to be a real concert experience. And it gave me an excuse to dip into the Elvis Presley Christmas music to get you in the mood for Dean Z tomorrow at the Riverside. This is Santa Claus is Back in Town. Elvis Presley, the song you need to hear on What's on Tap.
Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. Well, it's Christmas time, pretty baby, and the snow is falling on the ground. Christmas, well, it's Christmas time, pretty baby, and the snow is falling down. Well, you be a real good little girl. Santa Claus is back in town. Got no sleigh with reindeer, no sack on my back. You gonna see me coming in a big black Cadillac. Oh, the Christmas time, pretty baby, and the snow is falling on the ground. Well, you be a real good little baby. Santa Claus is back in town. Hang up your pretty stockings, turn off the light. Santa Claus is coming down your chimney tonight. Oh, it's Christmas time, baby, and the snow is falling on the ground. Well, you be a real good little baby. Santa Claus is back in town.
America's Best installer of America's Best replacement windows does not have the word windows in their name. Their name is Siding. Siding Unlimited. Hey, the Sons took Dad's siding business and ran with it. Siding Unlimited, the family-owned Wisconsin company, keeps climbing to the top of Pella Windows of Pella, Iowa's awards. Siding Unlimited, one of only 5 Pella premier installers in the whole country. But better than that, the top. For 4 of the past 5 years, Pella has honored Siding Unlimited as their National Certified Contractor of the Year. You want windows? Pay Wisconsin prices with this great local company, delivering National Championship award-winning service, great craftsmanship, clean up behind, and leave the job better than before and better than expected. You know, the company with Wisconsin family values, pride in integrity, pride in people, pride in Wisconsin. SidingUnlimited.com.
Finding the special healthcare resources families need just got easier. Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network helps kids with delays, disabilities, special healthcare needs, and mental health conditions. Call toll-free 877-947-2929. Ask questions. Get answers. Connect today toll-free 877-947-2929. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Sweet, flaky, and utterly delicious.
That's the famous Kringle from O&H Danish Bakery. Guaranteed to get you on the nice list, O&H Danish Bakery can deliver that heavenly goodness right to your doorstep. Now that's a memorable gift where you know you've nailed it. And it arrives fresh in just 2 business days, anywhere within the country. Order online today, ohndanishbakery.com, or come on in to O&H Danish Bakery in Racine, Oak Creek, or Sturnivan and taste the difference of bakery made from scratch.
Are you tired of being tired? Go to adventknows.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 7 o'clock, it's 9 degrees. Tonight will become mainly clear, but still very cold with a low of 5 degrees. Wind chill will be between -5 to -15 below zero. For the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Sean Brenda. A Milwaukee firefighter is charged with a felony. Milwaukee police arrested Ty Drite Jackson last Friday. According to the criminal complaint, he and his brother beat up a man who went into their house uninvited. Complaint says Drite Jackson beat the man with a baseball bat and stomped on his head multiple times. The Milwaukee Fire Department is conducting its own internal investigation. Drite Jackson is charged with first-degree reckless injury and party to a crime. If convicted, Drite Jackson could face up to 25 years in prison. In Milwaukee,
this is a political case. This has nothing to do with the law.
That's former Trump attorney Jim Trupis and after fellow attorney Kenneth Chesbrough and Election Day operations manager Mike Roman made their first appearances in court today. Each man is charged with 11 felony forgery counts in Wisconsin's fake elector scheme. Again, attorney Jim Trupis.
On this very day, 4 years ago, we publicly announced in advance that we had recommended an alternate slate of electors to meet in order to preserve President Trump's constitutional rights of appeal.
That document in 2020 falsely claiming then President Trump won the Wisconsin's 10 electoral college votes and then trying to deliver that said information to then Vice President Mike Pence for congressional certification. All 3 men are due back in court in January. Milwaukee Public Schools still needs school resource officers. According to Milwaukee County Executive Director David Crowley, while he supports the need for SROs, there could be a way to utilize them differently in MPS.
I don't think that you necessarily need SROs placed inside the school all the time. And the reason why I say that is that there's still things happening in those neighborhoods. And so if there's a possibility for us to have police officers in those neighborhoods, but was dedicated to school calls, I think that makes a world of difference.
Maybe a hybrid model of an SRO.
Absolutely.
Wisconsin state law requires that all school districts have school resource officers. Classes will be back to normal tomorrow at Pius XI High School in Milwaukee. Classes were canceled today because of an issue with the boiler system. This left the building with no heat. How great would it be if Christmas trees didn't drop their needles? It could happen in the future.
Right now, there's a team working to breed better Christmas trees. Dr. Justin Whitehill at NC State is the lead on it.
We want to make the trees better for our growers. That means they grow faster, they have a less reliance on pesticides and even using fertilizers.
They also want to make the trees better for you, the buyer.
We want to make sure that consumers have a happy experience, so we are improving the aroma, trying to identify different aromas that consumers like, and also improve needle retention.
Jessica Tanai, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, and weather next. Time limited. WTMJ News time is 7:03.
This report is sponsored by the Archdiocese of Milwaukee.
The days are coming, says the Lord, when I will fulfill my promise. Hello, this is Archbishop Listecki. God the Father is ever faithful, so we must be prepared to receive him when he comes, which means to be vigilant at all times and pray that we might have strength to welcome him at his birth, celebrate him now in our lives, and be ready to greet him when he comes again. And he will come again. It's Advent. Join us at Mass.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Goodbyes can be tough. Long goodbyes, short goodbyes, goodbye for now, goodbye forever. And then there are those unexpected goodbyes that seemingly come out of left field. Like when your home's electricity goes out. Had you known your precious power would go poof, you would have spent more time protecting it. Well, kiss those unpredictable power outages goodbye and say hello to a new whole house backup Generac generator professionally installed by Mr. Howland's Home Services. Our talented crew can hardwire your generator directly into your home's electrical system. Generac's Rapid Start technology allows your system to power on and off as needed in the blink of an eye, saving you from an unforeseen farewell. I guess you could say a whole house generator from Mr. Howland's Home Services is a good buy. Call 866-992-1717 or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. Want to say adios to outages? We can help.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Group of the Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. The Milwaukee Bucks will be playing in the NBA in-season tournament semifinals Saturday at Pfizer Forum against the Atlanta Hawks. Tip-off is at 3:30 p.m. And the Green Bay Packers will take on the Seattle Seahawks this Sunday in Seattle in an attempt to secure their spot for the NFL postseason. Marquette men's basketball team takes on Dayton University Saturday in Ohio. Tip-off is at 6 p.m. All right, take a look at your roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. We have one incident at I-43 South to US 45 South at US 45 South. The right lane is closed due to a crash at this time. Other than that, the roads are clear in Milwaukee.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Volkswagen. Visit hallvw.com.
Help fellow commuters. Report accidents and slowdowns to the Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line. 414-238-9329. Visit Hall Volkswagen during Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event.
All right, time for your Storm Team 4 5-day forecast. Tonight will become mainly clear, but it's still very cold with a low of 5 degrees. Wind chill will be between a -5 below zero to -15 below zero. Friday will be mostly to partly sunny with a high of 30 degrees. Saturday will be mostly cloudy and mild. Rain moves in later in the evening with a high of 41 degrees. Sunday will be mostly cloudy and mild with a high of 45 degrees. And Monday, rain will come in early but will become partly sunny and still mild later in the day with a high of 50 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's 6 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 5 degrees. In Waukesha, it's 3 degrees. And in Milwaukee, it's 9 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda, signing limited. WTMJ News Time is 7:07.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Max.
Hi there. How you doing? Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Welcome to the second hour of What's on Tap tonight. And it was fun last hour to spotlight music by Love and Kind, local band that's been together for a long time, but active certainly in the past 18 years together. They have a show at Shank Hall tomorrow night, so it was fun to have them visit and play some music. Violent Femmes, got to shine a spotlight on them because very special tomorrow night. Violent Femmes' 40th anniversary with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra will air on PBS around the country, 8 o'clock our local time. And Milwaukee PBS is going to run an immediate encore performance right after it. So, hey, you can watch back-to-back episodes. But that is super cool to see Violent Femmes collaborate with Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra in such a special concert. But it's also super cool to see such an iconic Milwaukee band be spotlighted for the whole country to see. Also got to shine a spotlight on Elvis Presley because Dean Z, one of the ultimate Elvis tribute artists, is in town tomorrow night at the Riverside Theater with a Christmas show, complete with, the costumes, the videos, and a full 11-piece band with horns. It's going to be a fun time at the Riverside. So really, really leaned into one of my favorite things, music last hour. This hour we have some more variety. We have local arts news because the arts organization called Imagine MKE, they announced new leadership this week. And the previous executive director, his name's Adam Bratz. Really cool dude. He transitioned to work now with the Wisconsin Conservatory of Music. So he isn't gone. He's still contributing to our state's arts scene. But in about 10 minutes, you will meet the new executive director and learn her qualifications and mission to make our area an even stronger cultural community. That conversation's coming up soon. Also, you get to know the president of the Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, MIAD. During their 50th anniversary year, Jeff Morin gives us some highlights from an upcoming conversation he'll have with Libby Collins on Sunday. And we are 9 months away to the day from one of the movies I'm very excited about coming out next year, the third Downton Abbey film. I know I'm not alone in this. I know also I may be in a small group of people who are this wildly excited about it. But I know there are other Downton Abbey fans, especially since we've been talking about PBS. And to get you a little bit more excited about this, maybe not to the level I am, I'll share with you where you could see 2 Downton Abbey cast members this month. And at 7:40, a special guest, Highclere Castle Gin co-founder and CEO Adam von Gutken. He's got an invitation for all of us to a cocktail party next week, being hosted by the owners of the Downton Abbey filming location, Highclere Castle. And he also going to give us an insight into the process of making gin. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm also interested in raising a glass. Not only is today the 9 months until Downton Abbey 3, it's another special day in my world that I'd like to celebrate and share with you.
Oh, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Pour a cheerful toast and fill it, happy anniversary. But be careful you don't spill it, happy anniversary. Oh, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
That is from the Flintstones. I've always sung that song, and I never really knew it was from the Flintstones cartoon. I was excited to find it. Happy anniversary to me. 2 years to the day of joining the WTMJ team. I'm so happy to be here at Good Karma Brands, and I really feel like I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, elevating the arts, communicating and connecting people. And I'm even working on a Christmas show that's going to spotlight local musicians. So talking to Love and Kind, I'm like, I need to know more about the ukulele ladies and have they made Christmas music? And so I'm really grateful. So I'm grateful to you for listening, because otherwise I'm certainly don't have a job. But it's been a really great career transition. And I know that my dad is proud of me because he actually started in TV and radio news back when he was a youth. A youngin' in his career, and I make my mom proud. And this is why I went to Marquette University and studied broadcast and electronic communication. It feels really good to be here, and I'm very grateful for the career. So 2 years, 2 and 2. And I'm always open to your ideas. If you have a story. So now it looks like I'm doing What's on Tap. So celebrating culture and creativity in Wisconsin. What story ideas do you have for 2025? Are there subjects, like I know I don't lean too hard into the food, except we had Top Chef, which was super fun this past year for about 3 months. But do you want to hear more about food? Do you love music as much as I do? I've had fun interviewing filmmakers. And we had drone artists in. We have so much creativity in Wisconsin, all around the state. So Sandy at WTMJ.com is an easy way to email me. I'm in the studio looking at the talk and text line till 8 o'clock. So if you want to text me immediately, 855-616-1620, or call, I'll talk to you. But I would love to know what you want to hear more of, because I really want to serve you and connect you with the cool things that are happening that you would like to know more about, or that you think deserve to be shared here on the WTMJ airwaves and app and YouTube live stream, all the ways that we connect with you. So thanks very much for celebrating my 2nd year anniversary. Raise your glass of water, cup of milk, beer, wine, beverage of your choice, but share the good vibes with me. Next, we will find out how our art scene is evolving with the new leadership at Imagine MKE. Next on What's on Tap.
If you missed this,
How was your time at the Vietnam Wall?
Very touching. I know 11 people on that wall. We had a chance to look up some of them on there. It was very, very moving experience for me. I held it together, though. I could feel the floodgates tried to open a couple of times.
Or this.
President and CEO of Special Olympics Wisconsin, Chad Hirschner, joins us live in studio.
This is a place where they belong, they feel comfortable, they make friends, they learn to become leaders.
Check out Wisconsin's Afternoon News, the podcast.
Hey, WTMJ Sandy Max here. Just giddy after last night's WTMJ's Trivia Showdown presented by Quizmaster Trivia in support of Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive. Giddy because it was such a good time last night at North Pillar Brewing in Waukesha. Me, Jeff Sherman, and Jessica Ty had a really fun time playing trivia, giving out raffle tickets, getting to know WTMJ fans, and your last chance to get involved and do a good deed. Bring an unwrapped toy, a new toy for Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive, or just come bring your phone. You can scan a QR code and donate. But our last WTMJ's Trivia Showdown is next Wednesday at Broken Bat Brewery. It will start at 7 o'clock. Your hosts will be WTMJ's Kristen Bry, Brian Noonan, and Steve Scafidi. So circle that on your calendar, December 18th, next Wednesday at Broken Bat Brewery. But again, if you're busy and you can't make it, it's super okay, especially the holidays. I feel like we all get busy. You can always donate online at WTMJ.com, or you can also text CAPCO, K-A-P-C-O, right now to 855-616-1620, and we'll send you that link for the Capco Kids to Kids Toy Drive.
By now, you've probably figured out what's most important to us at Semperfi is our reputation. Building a great character-driven remodeling company is actually quite easy. It's just the first 20 years that are a bit challenging. Great companies are collections of great people, and we have great people. They're the ones that helped us build our reputation, but they only come after you've built something they want to be part of. We don't necessarily have to look for good people. They come to us. And that's what you want when you hire an exterior remodeling company. Someone who's going to stand behind their work, and a company that is truly proud of their people. And it's because they do great work. And when you're ready, we'll do great work for you too. This is Brad Youngluth with Semperfi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semperfi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semperfi.
Hi, this is Julie Coombs and Cindy Storm Fisher with Storm Fisher Investment Group. Are you a retiring professional worried about the direction of our economy, about making your money last? Come see what we can do for you. Let us show you how we take care of you to help you have a great retirement. We are at 262-796-8400 or stormfisher.com. See you soon.
Securities offered through Osaic Wealth Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Osaic Advisory Services LLC. Osaic Advisory. Osaic Wealth and Osaic Advisory are separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, and services referenced here are independent of Osaic Wealth and Osaic Advisory.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Max on WTMJ.
Imagine MKE. Is this an organization that you know about? Well, good news. You're about to get up to speed if you thought you knew them, or what are they going to evolve into? There was a new announcement this week that they have a new leader, a new executive director, and she appeared on WTMJ's The Upswing with Jeff Sherman earlier today, and his guests, Martin Moore and Steve Glynn, where they cover the future of everything on Thursdays on The Upswing. And here are highlights from that insightful conversation.
But I think we're maybe at a little bit of a crossroads in our community. What does arts funding look like from the public sector standpoint? What does it look like from the private sector lens? And how do we best use all these creative industries that we have in the region to drive the economy for all businesses? Big questions for sure, but that's what we do on the show. Christine Hanaki started just a couple weeks ago as the leader of the Milwaukee-based nonprofit. She joins us in studio today. Christine, I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Jeff. Happy to be here.
Of course. So why the move to Imagine MKE for you? You were at the United Performing Arts Fund for years. Lots of heavy lifting there to support the arts and funding. That's still happening now. But why the move for yourself?
Yeah, well, UPAF is such an important organization for arts in our community. I had been there for 6 years. I started before the pandemic. And then my second year with the organization, we went into the pandemic. And I saw what that did to arts and culture in our community. I then came out of the pandemic, and it's a long tail, that COVID effect on arts and culture. So it was difficult. Performing arts were first to close, last to open. Organizations in the community are still struggling. So we just finished up our 2024 campaign in August.
Mm-hmm.
And this opportunity came available at Imagine MKE, and I knew that I had heard all the conversations. I saw the Public Policy Forum report come out this summer. We are, on the bottom of the list with public funding. And so when this opportunity came about, I stepped in, and I thought, here's where I can really make a difference.
All right. So we were giving our 2025 predictions earlier in the show. On your day one, Christine, did you have two
pressure questions
executive orders that you brought to the table and say, hey, these are the two things I'm going to make happen right now?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I've been immersed in the community, in the arts community, and I know what the need is. And a lot of people are talking about it. There's a lot of amazing organizations. And one of the things that came out of the reports and I noticed was just, who's going to step up and start convening the leaders in the community for a shared regional vision for arts and culture. And so that's going to be number one on our list, on my list, and with Imagine MKE. The organization is really, think of us as like this nonpartisan organization that can take on and tackle these big initiatives that for the community. And, honestly, it's not just about arts and culture. It's about education, and it's about jobs, and it's about bringing that all together with one vision.
So, Christine, ultimately, it's about money when it comes to funding the arts, right? I mean, that's what we're talking about. How do you better align private and public funding without sounding needy, right?
Yeah, well, it really goes back to, I'm just going to point back to that vision, because I think to get more public funding, we really need to have that regional vision forward as a community. And it's not just about the issues with arts and culture. It's how arts and culture impact everything else, impact community well-being, impact education. We know that's another thing you can, talk about another time.
Right.
And, so arts and culture plays such a big role in a vibrant city. And, when I see this as being a success, it's Milwaukee is vibrant, it's living, it's alive. And that's what I'm so excited about. It is, there's going to be short-term benchmarks, but this is really a long-term play to get to this government funding.
Yeah. So you mentioned something really important to any city, and that's jobs. And a thriving arts and culture scene in a city is going to attract talent. It's going to keep people here. And a thriving arts and culture scene will develop talent and make better employees for companies to select from. Are there models you're looking at nationally, internationally, on how to sort of build this vision as you're going along and taking the job factor into consideration?
Yeah, well, thank you for bringing that up. There's other models, and that's something that I'll be looking into, but I'm going to point back to the Public Policy Forum report and some of the arts organizations like Cincinnati and Arts Wave, Pittsburgh. They're doing things really well. The creative economy and the impact that brings in the community is significant. When you look at the creative economy for Wisconsin, for the state, it's a $12 billion impact. So it's really, really important. And, it's also retaining, attracting jobs, attracting people in all of the, our universities. We have this great arts, institution, MIAD, that's, just down the street. And we have people graduating, looking for jobs, and arts and culture are such a huge impact within our community. We need to keep these people here.
Absolutely.
And ultimately, it's bringing more corporate representatives to the table. I mean, your background, Christine, you worked at Bon-Ton Stores Foundation years ago, so you understand the corporate and the public sides of the business.
Yeah, definitely. And, we have such a philanthropic community. I should say that when we talk about private dollars, we would not have the arts and culture that we have without that now. I think we all know that because of, the low private fund or public funding that we get. And, I think about Imagine MKE. It's a going on 6-year-old organization. And it was started because of the need that was for the community. And it's just kind of prime right now for this organization, for me to step up and lead this initiative. And that's, I think, what I'm so excited about. When you look at United Performing Arts Fund, it was 55 years ago that leaders came together and said, we have a vision for the performing arts in our community. Well, that organization has taken us to where we are today, and now we need to look at the next
other platforms. Yeah.
Next decade.
No better time than the present to continue to reinvent and grow. I appreciate your time, Christine.
Imagine MKE's new executive director, Christine Honaki, and she was on the upswing on WTMJ with Jeff Sherman earlier this morning with his guests, Martin Moore and Steve Glynn, because on Thursdays they do the theme, The Future of Everything. And you can listen to local business and economic insights weekdays at 10 with Jeff Sherman on WTMJ's The Upswing. And the arts are crucial to a healthy economy and just to an enriching, connected life. Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, a massive creative hub here. And we'll hear from the MIAD president next on What's on Tap.
The Political Power Hour with Steve Scafidi.
Will it be too disruptive to come in fast and furious day one or week one of the second Trump administration and totally blow up significant pieces of the Wisconsin economy? That's the tough part.
Hearing from political experts from across Wisconsin and beyond.
And the impact to that won't be seen until afterwards, depending on how far the Trump administration goes on this.
Weekdays from 9 to 10 on WTMJ.
Save big money on your bathroom remodel at Menards. Keep your bathroom feeling clean with Broen's Bathroom Exhaust Fan and Bacteria Removing Light. Its Surface Shield technology combined with Broen's powerful ventilation prevents the growth of bacteria, mold, and fungi within your bathroom. It installs easily and reduces air leakage by up to 50%. Get the Broen Bathroom Ceiling Fan and Bacteria Removing Light today for $149.99 at Menards. Sale price good through December 15th.
Season's greetings to you all from Menards.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
I remember a guy by the name of Al Stankovich. Oh, yes.
Ben and Arvid Huth, brothers and owners of Penny Mustard Furnishings.
I have never seen children so well behaved as his children. And I remember saying to him, wow, your kids are well behaved. He looked at me and said, well, we work on it. His son looked at me and says, yep, he works on it. I'll never forget that line from his son, who was maybe 8, 9 years old at the time. But Al and his wife bought. It was the first big bedroom set we ever sold. It was the Paramount bedroom set. It was a beautiful bedroom set we had at the time, made in Spencer, Wisconsin. I don't think he knew, and I think we were scared to tell him that it was the biggest sale we ever made at the point in time. But it was an absolute huge sale. I think we were dancing after he walked out the door.
Well, I think we were in the store at 11:30 or midnight, just visiting with them. They're just
nice people,
really nice people, and it was just one of them perfect all-around transactions.
Yes.
Nice people.
Good customer, just a good guy. His wife was really nice.
Yep.
I remember that sale.
I delivered that.
See more at pennymustard.com.
Every day, Wisconsin's 600,000 family caregivers help their loved ones to continue living safely in their own homes. It's not easy. Each year, they spend an average of $7,000 out of their own pockets to provide this care. Wisconsin needs family caregivers, and they need more support. Tell your state lawmakers, Wisconsin family caregivers need a caregiver tax credit in 2025. Learn more at aarp.org/WI. That's aarp.org/WI. Paid for by AARP Wisconsin.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max.
Golden years. Wah, wah, wah. Golden year for MIAD, the Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design. They have been celebrating their 50th anniversary all year long. And on Sunday, WTMJ's Libby Collins has a special guest on WTMJ Conversations, Jeff Morin, president of MyEd, who grew up in a small town in Maine, but for the past 10 years, he's been part of MyEd. And some of her conversation, really interesting. She asked him if artists and designers will become obsolete with the advent of new technology.
We are in a whole new age with the advent of AI particularly. Are you at all concerned that that will take away from the creatives that you've done so much to mentor?
I just think that the desire to make is so primal, so basic to being human, that even with the advent of AI, we will still make things. We may not make them in the same way. There will still be makers.
He is Jeff Morin, the president of the Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, an award-winning artist himself, also a teacher and a strategist. And it really is an interesting time now that we have technology to help us. I've seen illustrators and animators, using iPads. So it's not, that technology can be used to enhance. But certainly, I like that the idea that Jeffrey Morin says is not going to replace. You can hear that full conversation Sunday morning at 11, WTMJ Conversations with Libby Collins spotlighting Jeff Morin, MyEd president, Sunday at 11. Right now, we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Sean Brinda.
Thanks, Sandy. So when can Wisconsin's presidential electors cast their ballot? The Wisconsin Elections Commission is hoping for the quick answer as the deadline for the Wisconsin's presidential electors vote approaches. A lawsuit from the Republican Party of Wisconsin wants electors to follow the federal mandate of this happening on the first Tuesday after the second Wednesday in December or December 17th. Wisconsin state law requires the vote to be on the first Monday after the second Wednesday in December or December 16th. The WEC wants to ensure that Wisconsin's presidential electoral votes are properly counted. President-elect Donald Trump won Wisconsin's 10 electoral votes in November. And heads up before you grab that granola bar. Made good granola bars are being recalled because they may contain a piece of metal. The company describes it as a small, flat brush bristle. There have been several complaints so far. No injuries have been reported. The granola bars were sold at Walmart, Target, Amazon, and online. You can return the bars for a full refund. See photos of the recalled bars on our website, WTMJ.com. And classes will be back to normal tomorrow at Pope Pius XI High School in Milwaukee. Classes were canceled today because there was an issue with the boiler system. This left the building with no heat. All right, taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. There are no major incidents on the road at this time in Milwaukee, so you'll be able to get to where you need to go in that amount of time. All right, in time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight will become a mainly clear but still very cold with a low of 5 degrees. Wind chill will be between -5 to -15 below zero. Friday will be mostly to partly sunny with a high of 30 degrees. Saturday will be mostly cloudy and mild rain moves in later in the day with a high of 41 degrees. Sunday will be mostly cloudy and mild with a high of 45 degrees. And Monday will get some rain early, but it will become partly cloudy and still mild with a high of 50 degrees. Right now in Eau Claire, it's -2 below zero. In Palmyra, it's 6 degrees. And in Milwaukee, it's 9 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda, Sunny Limited. WTMJ News Time is 7:32.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Patrick and Monica initially chose a bank to get pre-approved and provide financing for the purchase of their first home. But they were getting a bad feeling when a week after their offer was accepted, the bank still hadn't locked in their rate, nor had the appraisal been ordered. Monica shared her concerns with a friend who happened to be a multi-time AccuNet client. That led to Monica connecting with one of our senior loan consultants the same day, and after gathering some information and reviewing options, we locked in their rate right then and there with loan costs $3,600 lower than what the bank had quoted. The appraisal was ordered right away too, and the loan closed on time just 3 weeks later. We also noticed an oversight in the contract that led to a $3,000 credit from the seller. You can get a generic pre-approval and average or worse service from a bank, or you can get the kind of fast service, advice, attention to detail, and savings that made Monica and Patrick AccuNet's latest raving fans. All you got to do to get started is click on the blue button at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Happy holidays. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattress. If you're looking for affordable, better quality furniture or mattresses, you got to do what my wife and I just did. Go to Built Right. We just bought our new living room furniture there. Built Right's Black December deals and $1 million clearance sell-off are on now. It's all about your comfort, your style, your home at Built Right. 4 generations, 96 years strong. Built Right always saves you money. The 3rd and 4th generation family members are on hand in the store, working alongside their amazing team. Over 400 years experience. Be ready for your holiday guests with thousands of furniture and mattress items in stock now, including dining room, living room, bedroom, sleeper sofas, lift chairs, recliners, and much, much more. 60 models of USA-made mattresses, including flippable and heavy-duty models. Built Right also has a great selection of holiday accessories, candles, and gift certificates available too. Built Right voted best place to shop. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, closed to be with family. Tell him Vinny sent you to Built Right, 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics, and I want to talk about exactly what we do. When you come here, you're going to get 2 shots with 2 very small needles. One will be a medication called Toradol, which is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, completely different from a standard steroid or cortisone injection. This medication is safe and a great pain reliever. The other will be hyaluronic acid, which is a naturally occurring fluid found in all of our joints. What hyaluronic acid does is it helps recoat the inside surfaces to provide cushioning and lubrication. It helps slow down the osteoarthritis process to a point where patients may not need surgery. All of this combined with using our state-of-the-art Ultra G machine developed by NASA has produced profound results. What we do works. And the best part about this is that insurance covers most of our patients' treatments. Go to Rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
What's on Tap with Sandy Max is back on WTMJ.
Oh, that music. We are officially exactly 9 months away until the 3rd Downton Abbey movie is released. Much of the cast returning. Dame Maggie Smith, Dowager Countess, has passed away, but she probably wasn't likely to be cast in the 3rd film unless she had been in flashbacks. Who knows? Maybe they can use smart technology or AI to use her in the film some way as memories, like the Star Wars series have, or we were just hearing quotes from MIAD's president about how AI and humans can work together to create art. So I'm not here to start any rumors. I am just here to share the excitement, and this is the trailer that was released a few months ago. The voice of Lady Mary, Michelle Dockery.
It feels amazing, a tad emotional. It's wonderful all to be back together again. You come back together and it's like no time has passed at all. We're so happy to announce that we're in production for the 3rd Downton Abbey movie. We can't wait to see you.
I can't wait to see you. That is going to be September 12th, 2025. That is when Downton Abbey, the 3rd film, is scheduled to be released. Don't worry, if you keep listening to What's on Tap, I will keep you updated. Just not every day. I won't do a countdown every day, but maybe a monthly countdown. But you don't have to wait until next year to see at least 2 Downton Abbey cast members on your small screen. Actually, you do have to wait till New Year's Day to see one of them. The first one you can see on PBS, Leslie Nichol, Mrs. Patmore, the little redhead, she's got all the great quips, but one of my favorites downstairs. Leslie Nichol is part of a PBS show called Joy. It's the Christmas with the Tabernacle Choir special, and it's going to be lots and lots of singing and meaningful artistry. So that is on your local PBS channel next Tuesday. Joy, Christmas with the Tabernacle Choir. I have not had any wassail yet, I swear. Joy, Christmas with the Oh my gosh, I did it again. Joy, Christmas with the Tabernacle Choir. Leslie Nichol will be part of that, and it's actually streaming right now on PBS, or you can watch it next Tuesday. And on New Year's Day, Hugh Bonneville, who plays Robert on Downton Abbey, he will be back as the host of the great performances from Vienna, the New Year's celebration 2025, which is always just full of rich music and dancing. Very well done New Year's Day special annually on PBS. So that is New Year's Day with Hugh Bonneville. Great performances from Vienna. The New Year's celebration 2025. Start the year off in an artful way. And going to get you an invitation to have a cocktail party with the owners of Highclere Castle, where Downton Abbey is filmed. My special guest is Adam von Gutken, the Highclere Castle Gin co-founder and CEO. He joined us next on What's on Tap.
Call quality for the signature service you deserve.
This is Anthony Zaneski with Quality. Because we are truly local and family owned, I think that lends to the trust you can have in our company. And that means when we put out a promotion like this, it's always going to be a deal that you can believe in. So here we go. When you buy an Armstrong heating and cooling system, we'll give you the choice of a legitimate $1,700 off or a free water heater. And with federal and state money helping you pay for the HVAC upgrade, that will make this deal even better. Now, the average life of a water heater is 6 to 9 years. Yours is probably past that or getting there. So before you walk into a flooded basement, you can take care of this and upgrade a big part of your home's inner workings and get a pretty good deal at the same time. So call Quality and get a free water heater when you upgrade your home's HVAC system.
Call quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality, now offering heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey, riding with you every mile since 1977.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Staying active, essential for overall health. Proper medical support, essential for staying active. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether it's keeping a weekend warrior like me on the tennis court or keeping young athletes in the game, you want the best in sports medicine, that's OAW. Surgeons, nurses, and physical therapists help you recover from injury, avoid injury in the future, and enhance performance. Get care 7 days a week. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
The holidays are happening at Diamonds Direct. This weekend only, it's our last chance sale with 20% off virtually everything. Plus special financing options up to 5 years. Plus special designer appearances. Our 20% off last chance sale ends Sunday. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com.
Whether you get pulled over or get into a crash, drinking and driving will change your whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
I'm Sandy Max, very big Downton Abbey fan. That is that theme music from the TV show and the films. And Highclere Castle is where Downton Abbey is filmed. So if you have a building in your head, as soon as you hear that music, that is the manor where Downton Abbey is filmed. And my next guest on What's on Tap is Adam von Gutken, and he is the co-founder and CEO of Highclere Castle Gin. And I got acquainted with Adam when I first interviewed him several years ago for my Downton Abbey podcast called Downton Blabby. And to talk with somebody who truly knows the people who live in Highclere Castle. And Adam, I was just expressing my excitement about the third Downton Abbey film being released in exactly 9 months from today. Do you also have September 12th, 2025 circled on your calendar?
Oh, yeah, it's always exciting. I mean, you know, Downton has done so much for Highclere Castle, and it's such a special partner. And, you know, it's really helped to bring the heritage and the stories behind Highclere Castle, the real thing, to life through the visual media that was the TV series and now the film. So, of course, it's always exciting when another movie's coming out.
And for anybody who doesn't know, Highclere Castle is the beautiful home and grounds where Downton Abbey, the TV series, and the films are set. But, Adam, it's really becoming iconic in pop culture. When you think this TV series started in 2010, that's nearly 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy when you put it that way. I mean, when you think about something like 250 million people tuned in to watch the TV series and then the films, and the way that it's kind of just made Highclere Castle itself one of Britain's most recognizable, landmarks and iconic kind of country castles. And then even beyond that, the fact that it's still a functioning home and a fully functioning, 5,000-acre farming estate.
That's incredible. And you mentioned the word heritage. So it's kind of funny. I'm saying, hey, historic in TV terms of 15 years. But when you talk about the heritage, you've really spent extensive time at Highclere Castle with the Lord and Lady of the Manor. Tell us about what that relationship is like and how it came about.
Well, they're wonderful people. They're incredible business partners. And thankfully, they think the same of me, or they wouldn't have agreed to partner up with me on this. But one of the things that strikes me about them is they're just so incredibly hardworking at maintaining the legacy of Highclere and keeping it going for the next generations to enjoy. It's been in Lord Carnarvon's family for 400 years. And they really think of themselves as stewards of the estate, of the farmland, of the wildlands and the forests that surround the beautiful castle. And for me, it's special, coming from the entrepreneur and spirits background, to partner up with people that care so much about the big picture, the holistic picture, has given me the canvas that I need to craft and design, what is now the single #1 most awarded premium gin in the world. And we couldn't be more proud of that friendship and that partnership that brought this brand to life. And that the idea, too, that we can kind of share in the terroir, if you will, of Highclere, the grounds, the botanicals, the citrus fruits, the lavender. We can share that kind of spirit of Highclere with people around the world through the gin is equally spectacular, I think.
Adam, you mentioned two things. I definitely want to talk about your awards, and I definitely want to talk about the terroir, and which is used in the wine industry so much, but the real legitimacy of the gin to the landscape of Highclere Castle, because it isn't just a bottle that's got a pretty label with this landmark on it. Like, you really worked with Lord Carnarvon and Lady Carnarvon on tasting this. When you talk about 400 years of this home being in Lord Carnarvon's family, that's a heck of a legacy. And now you are part of that legacy. And I have to think that the current Carnarvons want to keep the legacy going forward as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, my family's been in distilling since the 1800s when they came over from England. So it's kind of a weird full circle thing. And
that is an interesting connection.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, they came from a village that's only about a half an hour away from Highclere Castle itself. And so it really is a strange thing. And Lord Carnarvon's mother was born in America and married his father, who was the 7th Earl. So it's just really weird how the universe, kind of works. Back to the kind of terroir and the landscape. When I first arrived at Highclere, of course, the stories go that since we know at least the late 1800s, when the king would come visit, or celebrities or other royals and fascinating people from around the world, they were always welcomed with gin cocktails. And gin is such an iconic piece of, British heritage too. So I knew it was going to be a gin that we were going to develop. But it's not until I saw the grounds that I was really inspired by the recipe. Behind the castle is the Victorian era orangery where all the citrus grows. So I immediately thought to myself, we need to have a citrus forward gin here and back down on the juniper. Behind that is the walled monk's garden where the lavender grows, which was planted by the Bishop of Winchester in the 9th century. So we use 1,000-year-old lavender in our gin.
That's
and then
incredible.
Highclere's pretty well renowned for the oats they grow, because they were previously used to feed Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth's horses, and now they feed the king's horses. So we're actually the first gin in the world to incorporate oats in our gin, which add this really creamy flavor. So any projects I've ever done, any distilling I've ever done, I like to celebrate the terroir and the place from which it came from.
And that had to have been fun, experimenting with the flavors and also really talking with the Carnarvons and learning even more about the grounds to figure out citrus and century-old lavender. Like, that has to have its own richness to it that you can't replicate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm passionate about spirits and distilling, of course, so there's definitely an element of fun. But I will tell you, by the 24th restoration, and I didn't feel like we hit it on the head yet, it was not so much fun. It took a year and a half to get the recipe right, because I lose my mind a little bit and get very obsessive until we get to perfection. And Lord and Lady Carnarvon feel the same way. So, we didn't give it an inch. We really spent a long time getting the recipe right. It was fun for the first couple months. And then a year into it, it was kind of like, okay, like we're losing our minds here. But we finally hit it. I'm glad we didn't sacrifice an inch.
The glamour of gin making. And what was the eureka moment when Highclere Castle gin tasted perfect? We'll find out, and how we can get a look inside the Downton Abbey home of Highclere Castle next week, as my chat with Highclere Castle Gin co-founder and CEO Adam von Gutken continues on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Gruber Law Offices presents Thanalysis.
Drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks, by the way, but he's a New York legend.
A podcast from Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
Stephon Marbury.
Also supported by Carbless, premium ready-to-drink cocktails.
Give me the ball, I'm about to score.
And Potawatomi Casino Hotel in Milwaukee.
I don't care what guy who ever played basketball. He's by far the best.
Subscribe on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
Do not be afraid. Archbishop Listecki here. The words spoken to Mary are familiar words from the years of Pope John Paul II. We can sometimes be fearful and anxious that we may not be able to respond to the challenges that God presents to us. But God is with us and for us. Like Mary, He will use us as instruments of His power, sharing His love for our brothers and sisters. Be not afraid. It's Advent. Join us at Mass.
It's WTMJ's Brandon Snide for Wisconsin Harley-Davidson. The holiday season is here, and Wisconsin Harley-Davidson has you covered. Now through December 28th, when you purchase any new Harley-Davidson motorcycle, you'll receive a shopping spree. See Sales Associate for details, only valid on new bike purchases. December is full of shopping treats. Follow Wisconsin Harley-Davidson's Facebook page and Instagram for more details, and be sure to check out WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
So how do you underpromise and still get the job? We believe in our hearts we're going to do great work for you. We're just really careful about making unrealistic promises. At Semper Fi, we refuse to set the bar higher than we can jump. But be assured, that's the goal. To do all we can to jump as high as possible to try to exceed your expectations. We're looking to break records. That's how you win over customers, get really great referrals, and build a great business. When you're making a decision to hire an exterior remodeling company, character, integrity, and the feeling that the people you're about to hire are truly eager to show you how good they are should stand at the top of your list. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
Here come the holidays. Let me help get you ready. It's Experience Wisconsin. Every Saturday at 1 o'clock, we spin you around the state and introduce you to cool places and businesses. This week, I'm super jazzed. O&H Danish Bakery and the Eleanor Room.
Yep, it was named after Eleanor Roosevelt, who came to Greendale in 1937 and toured it. And so we wanted to kind of pay homage to her.
What special spaces? Check out Experience Wisconsin Saturdays at 1 right here on 620 WTMJ.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Max on WTMJ.
I'm going to luxuriate in that every time I hear it. It's the Downton Abbey theme music, and entertained that exactly 9 months from today, Downton Abbey, the third movie, will come out. And with the movie release coming out in exactly 9 months, and with Christmas coming, gave me a good reason to reconnect with my acquaintance who is intimately connected with the iconic landmark that is the location of Downton Abbey, Highclere Castle. And he also gets to work with Lord and Lady Carnarvon, who own the grounds. My guest on What's on Tap, Highclere Castle Gin co-founder and CEO Adam von Gutken, and he has news to share about a special cocktail party next week for Downton Abbey fans. But first, Adam, you just shared that it took over a year and 24 recipes to get the right flavor for Highclere Castle Gin of all the ingredients that are grown right there on the manor grounds. What was that eureka moment like to finally taste that winning 25th recipe?
In part, I have to give it to Lord Carnarvon because he had the idea of adding the oats, which I would not have thought to do because you don't really add grain into your botanical blend. Gin is kind of made almost like a tea bag. You kind of put the botanicals in a bag, and then when you immerse it into the neutral spirit, which is kind of like essentially a vodka, it extracts the botanical oils out, and that's what makes gin gin. I actually have a mixologist friend who likes to say his favorite flavored vodka is gin. But I'll never forget the moment. It was hilarious. We were in Las Vegas, Lord Carnarvon and I, and we were in the Bellagio Hotel, and we were sitting at a table in the suite, and there was a knock at the door, and it was a sample of the 25th iteration that had just arrived from England for us to taste. And it came in, and we cracked it open at the table, and I swear this is no exaggeration. We were looking over the famous Bellagio fountain. And we had this big floor-to-ceiling kind of window, and we crack it open, and we pour 2 glasses, and we're about to taste it. And all of a sudden, Beethoven's Fifth Symphony starts blasting out of the fountain, and that famous fountain show starts to play of the Bellagio fountain. And that was the most epic eureka moment we could have possibly have had.
It is like it was orchestrated. There's so many things in the universe that went right for this.
It's so true.
I've never heard the gin making process likened to a tea bag and having the thing steep like that, which is, again, incredibly English, don't you think?
I do, yeah. For our neutral spirit, we use an English wheat. So we basically make an English wheat vodka. Then it goes into the oldest gin still in all of England called Jenny. And it's then heated. And inside this big copper pot still is placed a huge bag of our botanicals that are all at the right ratio of blend. It's distilled, the vapors rise, it brings with it the flavors, and then you end up with this kind of high-strength gin. We do that 3 more times until it's finished and really, really delicate and really, really pure and really clean, because we want to avoid hangovers and the wrong kind of oils and things, and you end up with Highclere Castle Gin.
We're talking with Adam von Gutken, co-founder and CEO of Highclere Castle Gin. As much as I have September 12th, 2025, circled on my calendar for the 3rd Downton Abbey film release, there's another date we should circle on our calendar coming up sooner where you can sip with the Carnarvons on Friday, December 20th.
Yeah, just a few days. We're hosting a really cool live virtual cocktail party at Highclere Castle. We created this concept during COVID when everyone was in lockdown, and we had over 50,000 attendees for our first one. It was amazing. Louis, the head butler, he's an incredible cocktail maker and mixologist in his own right. So he'll whip up some classic cocktails, and Lord Lena Carnarvon will just have some chats and regale us with stories of life behind the castle walls, so to speak, and life at Highclere Castle in one of the great rooms that many people will recognize from the Downton Abbey show. And it's just a lot of fun. And then people ask questions at the end, and they answer questions. And we share the cocktail recipes in advance that we'll be making. So we invite people to get a bottle of Highclere from our website or their favorite liquor store and join us in the celebrations. And that'll be December 20th. At 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And that'll be on live broadcast on our Instagram and our Facebook page, which, of course, is Highclere Castle Gin on both those accounts.
That's my kind of Christmas party, because you know it's going to be beautifully decorated inside Highclere Castle, too.
The tree this year is particularly stunning. And, of course, it takes days to put up. I think it's like 30 or 40 feet tall or something. It's an epic feat to watch all of the team over at Highclere try to get this thing up and decorated.
You talk about making cocktails along with the Carnarvons with your own mixology. That's a fun idea. And you've also come up with a new idea for getting Highclere Castle Gin as gifts to your friends.
Yeah, yes. We now have the bottles available for shipping directly to people's homes from our website, which is highclerecastlegin.com. We have cocktails on there. We've got the bottles available for sale, and it's really easy. It arrives usually within 3 to 4 days. Also, you can subscribe, so you can sign up to have a bottle delivered every month. We've also got these really cool velvet gift bags for the holiday season.
And there's so many people who are still Downton Abbey fans that would get a kick out of a special gift like this, but that's also a real high-quality experience.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you a very Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to talking with you again in the new year.
I always enjoy chatting with you, Sandy. I wish you a Merry Christmas, too.
Well, Santa would make me very happy to stuff a purple bottle in my stocking. I'm Sandy Maggs. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Brewers Weekly is next after the WTMJ News.
Hi, this is Julie Coombs and Cindy Storm Fisher with Storm Fisher Investment Group. Are you a retiring professional worried about the direction of our economy, about making your money last? Come see what we can do for you. Let us show you how we take care of you to help you have a great retirement. We are at 262-796-8400 or stormfisher.com. See you soon.
Securities offered through Osaic Wealth Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Osaic Advisory Services LLC. Osaic Advisory. Osaic Wealth and Osaic Advisory are separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, and services referenced here are independent of Osaic Wealth and Osaic Advisory.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. Now that we're into the holiday season, it's time to celebrate with new lights and ceiling fans. And our huge award-winning showroom displays hundreds of the best quality lights and fans. There's not a brand we can't get, and our prices are the lowest, even lower than online. I guarantee it. And our knowledgeable staff is always here to assist you in making the right choices. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too.